Is it buy the dip or wait a little longer opportunity? Is it buy the dip or wait a little longer?
I'd like to call it waiting for the buy, yes.
So you wouldn't be buying yet?
I'm getting very close to it. I have opened 1 or 2 small positions, which I'll show you guys just now. But yeah, I sort of wanted just to calm here. We filled the CME gap. So that was something that was on Bitcoin that's sitting at 40,500. We're on support trend right now. So I think it's interesting to see, you know what I mean? We have the last RSI, we just need to hit the bottom. We've got the 4-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour at the bottom. We just need the daily, which shows us by Sunday or so. So sideways.
And what happened to alts? I saw there was a dominance breakdown. I mean, there was Bitcoin gets hit and altcoins stay where they are. Dominance broke down completely.
Yeah, so you know the alts had a small pullback, but like you look very clearly with the dominance. Let me just get rid of my WhatsApp here. You look very clearly at the dominance, and you know you see that Bitcoin made a clear lower low, and you look at the alts, and you're like, you know, alts are making high highs at this point, and you know you look at this, the dominance. It wasn't a small little pull down. You know what I mean? It's literally starting to break and starting to get aggressive to the downward side. So you know it's a good sign that the alts did hold, you know, quite well. And it's weird that Bitcoin's sitting at a very critical level, but all the alts are sitting at beautifully back into our entry zones and sitting at great levels. So I think let's go through it, brother. Let's
talk about that. So today we're going to talk about this Bitcoin dip, whether it's safe to buy alts, what the Russia-Ukraine scenario is on the markets. Let's do this. Sheldino, just while we're doing this, maybe just check that your right microphone is actually in. It sounds like you may be going through your computer.
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
Oh, that's real footage taken. Real footage taken in Canada earlier this morning.
Where'd you get that, brother? I love it. That's great.
It was a tweet by a guy called Guy Swan. The Guy Swan. Brilliant. Absolute legend. Follow Guy Swan. Brilliant.
I love it.
Well done, Mr. Guy Swan. Well done, Mr. Guy Swan. Well done, man. Well done. That was
buddy.
Absolutely epic. Take the red pill, the blue pill, or the orange pill. Neo.
I heard there's a new Matrix coming out. Is it true?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe there's Bitcoin in it. Okay.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. I'm Crypto Man Run. Tentino is in his dungeon at home after a very, very, very hectic night of drinking and partying. One of the last times in his life that he'll be able to go out drinking and partying because he's expecting a baby soon. So he's celebrating the last couple of days.
Brother, it's like 4 weeks, or 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, so enjoy the next
time now, dude.
Enjoy the next 3.5 weeks of freedom. That's it. Have as much fun as you can, and you know what happens next.
What is it? No sleep? Is it no that? So then I should start trading again.
No sleep, no sex, no for a while now.
Okay. Yo, Banter fam, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're on all of our social medias as well as our fantastic website, which is free information every day, chart of the day, articles every day. It is free, guys. I don't know any other platform out there that gives out so much alpha every day. Between the 4 shows, this is the charting show. We got Random Man's Fundamental show coming up next. Hustle. I do agree. A lot of alpha there. And Miles, brother. Like, I don't see a better channel with more alpha on the market right now. Like,
there isn't one.
And this is, and we got to be fair right now. This is studying season. This is learning season. And soon, all of these skills, this market turns strong and we have a rally. It's all going to pay off. So, great time, buddy.
Alrighty, let's look at the charts. Let's get into the charts. If you're new to the channel, just subscribe to our channel. Everything we do is free. If you do want to support the channel, you don't have to. If you do want to support the channel, we only ask you for a few things. Smash the like button, subscribe, join Coin Panel. There's a referral link below. Join KUCOIN, join Bybit. That's the way the channel funds itself. We're pretty open about it. You want this free. There's 65 of us working at Crypto Banter every single day to bring this to you. It doesn't happen coincidentally. I mean, even if you just look at a basic show, like I've got 1, 2, 3 producers sitting here in the office with me. You've got 4 or 5 journalists. You've got editors. You've got Fred. You've got everything else. So 65 of us work very hard. All we ask you to do, like the content, subscribe to our channel, and if you are going to trade, sign up using one of our referral links. That is what keeps the fuel in the tanks here. The more we can do it. And also now you win, if you want to sign up, and specifically if you sign up to KUCOIN, you can win a full Bitcoin. Don't forget also, if you sign up to Bybit and you fund your account with Bybit, every day we're going to be giving away 2,000 BitDAO tokens, which is actually more than 1 Bitcoin. So choose one or the other, join the family. Anyway, let's not spend too much time on that. Let's get into the charts. Let's look at the charts. On the trend line, it's critical time now. I mean, it's critical time.
Yeah, I think obviously for the dominance is obviously not agreeing with that, and the alts are not clearly agreeing with that. But it is critical time for Bitcoin now. We're on the trend right now. We're in that major, there's a lot of buying strength sitting in this area over here, very similar to the wall over here. So we're in the battle between 2 walls right now, and we're in a battle between the channel of basically 40,000 and the $46,000 region. And that's sort of where we've been ranging for a while now. What I do like about it is, we did have this little right shoulder that formed, a few days ago. The only thing is, if you look at this left shoulder over here, the right shoulder should usually always go and fill the lows of the left shoulder. And the low of the left shoulder was at 39,700. So this could have been counted as some sort of right shoulder. The only problem is it only got to 42,000. And if we look at the left shoulder, that's sitting at around 42. So now for me, it's now, a more accurate head and shoulders. If this is where the stronger, we start to get momentum here, where we have this full left shoulder, head, right shoulder, fill that. And that's usually a good bullish indicator. So we are sitting on support right now. It is something.
Well, it's not a head and shoulders at all. I mean, we might actually just be looking for a pattern. It could not even be a head and shoulders at all.
Well, what's happening fundamentally, brother? Like, because, I'm looking again and I'm looking at, the US 30 and these things. And this is clearly what keeps affecting and keeps, giving problems for the crypto market the whole time is the US 30, the Dow Jones, they're not showing much strength at this point. They keep getting these. The
stress now is Russia again. The stress.
Are they going to fight or they're not going to fight? Like, what's happening?
Well, now, okay, so get this. The new narrative now. This is the new narrative. Okay, yeah. Russia will only invade on the 21st. The reason why Russia will only invade on the 21st is because the Chinese Olympics are happening until then. So what's happening here is they don't think that Russia will attack during the Chinese Olympics because they know that everybody is watching the Olympics. And so they don't want people to have to switch between the Olympics and the war. So what they're saying is they're going to wait for the Olympics to finish. And then
well, that's kind of them. Yeah. That's nice of them. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the new narrative, okay?
Yeah. I mean, you can spin the narratives however you want. Russia is not going to invade Ukraine while its biggest ally is rushing the Olympics, is running their Olympics. So you can spin it how you want. I don't want to say it's a nothing burger. Because, I mean, there could be attacks, but I think it's weird for me, very weird that it happens on a Thursday night. Two pieces of news came out on the Thursday night. One is Russia tensions escalating, came out on Thursday night. The other one that came out is Biden is ready to launch an executive order around crypto. Came out on a Thursday night before Friday. Options close out. The token that is fallen down is Bitcoin, where there is options. And the tokens that don't have options close out didn't fall.
Yeah. They all held trend, basically. They fell, but they didn't. Like yesterday, for the first time, I saw Bitcoin down 8%, and I saw the rest of the alts down 6%, 7%, 8%. Like usually we have a very different range between the alts and Bitcoin. Yeah,
I'm not saying it's
I don't know.
I'm not saying it's manufactured.
manipulation. It's like manipulation at its finest of price. Like it really is. Like we just can't deny that now. It's ridiculous actually.
Yeah, and I would even go one step further, but maybe I'm wrong. And that is that if Russia does invade Ukraine, I think after 7 days, the market will realize it doesn't really affect the US. I don't think that the US is going to fight a world war because Russia invaded Ukraine. Like, sounds weird. Like, hey, Russia invaded Ukraine, therefore let's have a world war. I don't know, it just doesn't. This whole thing is just sounding to me like it's being blown up in an election year. It's an election year, so there's a midterm election this year. Seriously, I don't know.
So why are people so emotional about these things? You can see it so clearly on the charts. Like, geez, people are like really emotional. Bad news. Oh, so okay, good news. Okay, bye. Okay, good. It's like I don't get it. It's actually bad. But yeah, so obviously, guys, we are Bitcoin on support at this moment. We do have one more support. So because I'm taking these trends on closing candles and stuff, does not mean you cannot have quicker wicks, to next sort of levels. Where was I'm very interested around your retest zone was where? You spoke to me this morning and you said you're seeing possible 38 or,
yeah, I said, so I mean, for me, what I was looking at, I was saying, look, I'm thinking if we do get to a 38, and I'll show you where I get that 38 from. I said if we get to 37, 38, then that's the critical level for me. I don't see this as a critical level. I see this as a garbage level. It's nowhere near. We're not in, we're not out. So I'm just looking at it quite simplistically. I'm looking at the breakout. I'm looking at the trend line. I'm saying, hey, if it were to come back and test the trend line, where would it be?
Yeah, somewhere in that zone.
38,500, 38,000. That would be the perfect retest of the trend line. If it got under 38,000, then I would say that maybe this whole thing was a fake out. I don't think it was.
The only way that really happens is if the stock market's really like this thing gets exaggerated and the stock market's really tank. That's the only way I see it going, past 38. I agree. I think if it does go to 38, it goes there quite quick. But it is showing us again, very clearly at the signs that, we knew at some point these RSIs needed to come down. We have the 12-hour coming down to the oversold position now. We've got an 8-hour that's just hit the bottom now. We got the 4-hour that's just bottomed out now. And the last one that we have is the daily that's still on its way down. And it's showing that even if just Bitcoin just hovers in the range of, 39 to 41,000, by Sunday or so, we will start getting to the oversold position. So right now, the RSIs were just telling us that it was an overbought market at this point, and we needed a temporary cool down from the market. And by the time we get the temporary cool down to these zones, if Bitcoin's still in the upper trend and we're still holding higher lows, it's still showing that this wasn't a fake out just yet. There wasn't any, the bulls are still clearly in control here. And yeah, so specific levels. So for me, it's we've been buying and we've been stocking up, and all that it's done with the alts is it's literally hit our buy zone, popped out, come back, hit our buy zones, popped out, come back, hit our buy zones. Like we're not getting lower lows from the alts. We're not really getting, like if you look at ETH, like ETH broke that long-term trend to the downside. Like it hasn't even made a lower low. Like it's broke out and is literally tested at this point right now. We're hovering still straight in trend. There was a low. We're still very clear on the upward sort of trend on where we're looking at. So I'm not like that jumping now and too emotional to say like loading everything up now. I've been loading up for the last 2 weeks at that zone. But, I am getting ready for that daily to hit the bottom. And if I got a daily 12-hour, 8-hour, and a 4-hour oversold market, and we got a higher low in play, it's giving me the clear indications that the bulls are still in control in this point. And this is a temporary, short-term cool down in the market. Nothing big, nothing super serious right now. It's the stock markets and these stupid people that are fighting these wars right now. I
want to try something. I just want to try something. Are you watching? Just go back to the Bitcoin chart.
Yeah. What do you need there, brother? Let me take a
Give it a few minutes now, give it a few minutes, see what happens.
Okay, well, while I go through, let's see. Let's see what's let's see if it does something. I think it's a quiet day. I think it's a quiet tomorrow, and I think a quiet Sunday too. I don't think there's too much happening over this weekend. Maybe a quick little shakeout to the 38, but I think it's going to quiet down quite a bit. This is why you don't need to rush for this, guys. This was a candle down. You don't rush. You never rush into. You don't catch a falling knife. Never. We wait for calming down, and then we act, and we wait for those RSIs to be reset, and we go. So as I was saying,
uncomfortable to deploy now, and therefore I think it's a good time to deploy. I don't know. Every time I feel uncomfortable, I deploy, and it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah. I feel we're going to be at the same levels, like we can bounce and these all things, but I feel we're going to be at the same sort of levels where the market's at now by Monday, and that will be more, that'll be the comfortable time for me. It's more confirmation. All my things are down. So dollar costing is still one of the best strategies right now. But I'm patient. I see a sideways, few days, few weekends, and we hold 40K, and that daily hits the bottom. Bitcoin's going to chase that 46 strong again. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just quite interested to see where this dominance goes. Because, it's very clear right now. Markets go down, dominance goes down. Markets go up, dominance is going up. So, you know what I mean?
That's my suspicion that maybe the market's going to go up again later today and on the weekend. I think this might be a Bitcoin futures options closeout thing.
And I think the max pain's at 43.
That's next week. Next week's max pain is next week. So far, the max pain is at 43. Not this week.
Okay, and then I saw somewhere, I'll get the data. I saw somewhere the week after it's around 48 or something. So, it's quite interesting where we're at. So, we're not scared of these things. We just don't, rush in too fast, and we're just waiting for the last little indications. I did say a few days ago how important this USDT chart was and how important we needed Bitcoin to break that level now. And, it was very clear that this is when the volume came in, and we had this strong little break now to the upward side. So we're still at that level where, this was a big pull down. But at some point, we're going to need it in the next week where we eventually, this is our line. I'm telling you, this is the line. This is the line that can take Bitcoin to 50K. This is the one where we can have our market eruption. Let's just keep track on this eye. Deploy anytime, but I'll be dollar costing as long as we stay above this line, and I'll be going a lot more crazier when we finally break this line. But for now, dollar costing at those zones. So I think I'm just going to scroll through here quickly. Sandbox, beautiful, high low in play. It's in my dollar costing zone right now. Decentraland, it's hardly got affected. It is still holding very much super trend, and right now it's sort of forming a flag, which is great. So any support buys around 2.8, that's the possibility of a Bitcoin, 38, 39 points. Otherwise, by Sunday, Monday, as I spoke, the breakout point for me is great for that. Gala games as well. Look at that, higher low in play, just back to our original buy zone, back in the zone, dollar costing zone. I don't think you want to miss Gala games. It's very much forming a flag
Talk to me
again.
about Tornado Cash. I'm trying to get into Tornado Cash, and I can't because it just keeps running.
Yeah. So you remember what we said? It broke. Come test. So you want to catch it, buddy, between 32 to 36 is where you want to catch it. Yeah, so it's very. Look at this 12-hour. No. So wait for this 12-hour to get down by Monday. Monday that time, and in the zone over here, that's where you buy. So we don't FOMO in. We wait for the retest.
Okay, tell me about another one. Looks rare. LOOKS. I think not. I mean, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging into looks rare now.
LO, say that again.
LOOKS. Looks rare. It's the OpenSea competitor. Now, it was an airdrop, and it's gone up a lot. It's gone down a lot. I think it started like $8, trading at $1 now, $1.60, $1.70.
Yeah, so obviously the RSIs are completely oversold right now. That's a very steep trend. So the break of this trend, you'll get a strong acceleration to the upward side.
It feels uncomfortable to buy. That's why I want to buy. It feels uncomfortable to buy.
Yeah. I agree. And, the break of this trend, it's going to move quickly. Because we're so far range from the previous resistances, this will be a quick move up to that zone over there. So it's low. You're clearly, just running off RSIs right now. But look at that daily. Like, it's flatlined right now. It's got like no pulse. It's literally flat line right now.
That's when you buy.
That's exactly where you want to load up. I agree. One that's still, I'm just waiting for the 12-hour to make its way down, but Ultra is throwing so much strength. Like, pullback, but bought up, pullback, bought up, pullback, bought up. So it's another
That was
one
in the
that's looking.
portfolio. Ultra is in the portfolio.
Yeah. Algo's great for me. Theta's great for me. All on support right now. Secret, we finally got that entry there. You know, we spoke about it yesterday.
Where's the entry?
That's where you want to be buying Secret. You know what I mean? That's where you want to be loading up on Moon River. You know, Super is getting cheap again. It's coming back to the zone. It's back to 98 cents. You know what I mean? It was $1.22 a few days ago. You know, you catch Super in these regions.
They were all in the gaming portfolio. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, exactly. This one I'm very excited. Near Protocol, like this for me is a beautiful entry right now, where we're sitting right now. You know, FTT, beautiful entry right now and where we're sitting, because this has broken the long-term daily trend. And it's testing right now. You know what I mean? So that's looking great for me right now. Cosmos is looking beautiful for me right now. It's in this really big channel. We're at support right now. Zol's looking good. Rune's looking good. Vet's looking good. Tezos, Luna.
What would you buy now? What would you buy now into your KUCOIN portfolio? Because I've got to trade that KUCOIN portfolio, and I think it feels uncomfortable. So this is the right time to be buying. What would you be buying? What would you put into your KUCOIN portfolio right now?
Is Render in KUCOIN?
Render's on KUCOIN?
Yeah, it's at $2.8, bro. Like, look where it's at. Look how strong this chart's holding. Like, look where that's looking good. So that one is good. Cosmos.
The reason why I wouldn't buy Render is because I've got enough Render. I've just got tons. I bought it at 70 cents. You all know I bought it at 70 cents. I told you guys to buy it at 70 cents. So that's the only reason why I won't buy it. Just got too many.
I think right now, if you are buying in your KUCOIN, I'd be buying the safer good bets now. I wouldn't go too degen just yet, and I'd rather wait for the Monday breakout or something strong for degen. But like Cosmos, FTT, you know, Near Protocol, Super, you know, Moon River, Secret, like these are all really good tokens at good levels right now. Phantom is nearly cheap. It's cheap, but I still think you can get a little bit cheaper. But you know, keep an eye on Phantom. You know, AVAX is beautiful. Like it's right there on retest now. AVAX, dude. Like AVAX is at a good steal bargain right now. Matic's on support right now. Cardano's on support right now. Luna's on support right now. You know what I mean? Like everything's just sitting in like this beautiful sweet spot right now. They're not giving a shit about Bitcoin right now, and they're just waiting for Bitcoin to finally just get its shit together. Bitcoin feels like that, I don't know, you know, like that guy on the team, the orange peeler or the water boy on the team that's just just letting the team down right now. No, you got a full star team, but he's just, I don't know, slowing everything down. So everything's looking great, brother. I'm dollar costing.
Remember yesterday?
Yeah.
Remember yesterday we spoke about Credo, and we spoke about tokenomics. Remember we spoke about tokenomics, and I said to you guys, make sure you don't get crushed by bad tokenomics. Don't be the guys that buy bad tokenomics. And I said to you guys that I wasn't going to buy any Credo because I was scared that the tokenomics were bad. So I checked the tokenomics. The tokenomics aren't as bad as I thought. And that is because I want to show this to you guys because we spoke about it yesterday, and I think this is a great example. So if you look at Credo, I want to show you guys, there's a super important lesson. You can apply it really on anything, not only on Credo. As I said to you, I love the technology behind Credo. I was worried about the valuation. So let's look at it. The valuation right now is a market cap of 125 million. But that's misleading because the fully diluted valuation is 5.6 billion. Okay, so the problem for me is I was scared that these tokens would start being released. What I found out is that, as you can see, there's 2 billion tokens is the maximum supply, is 2 billion tokens. And of those 2 billion tokens, half of them, 1 billion tokens, are getting emitted over 50 years for usage of the network. Okay? Sure. Then the balance are coming out with this emission schedule. So you can see here that the team's allocations start to emit in July, August, September, October, November, and so it carries on until 2024. The investor allocations come on in July and start coming out in July, August, September, October, November, December. The public sale and the public sale 2 and the private sale continue to emit linearly. The reserve starts to emit linearly. So my conclusion here is that it's not as bad as I originally thought because the 1 billion token emit for 50 years. And so a more realistic valuation is you've got to say to yourself as follows. they're going to be 1 billion, because there's 2 billion tokens and 1 billion allocate for the next 50 years. 1 billion are going to release between now and effectively June 2024. So in the next 2.5 years.
Okay.
So then you say to yourself, okay, if that's the case, do I think that in June 2024, the company will be worth $2.8 billion? Because it's going to be 1 billion tokens, which are emitted by then, more or less, at a valuation of today of 2.81. Still expensive, like 2.8 billion. It's not that expensive, but it is expensive. It's not as cheap as it looks originally, where it's $125 million valuation. Because in 2 years, all those tokens that I just showed you are going to release. And so I call this drowning in investor or drowning in token releases. So it's like you're in a bucket. You're buying now and you're buying in the bucket. And then they start filling up the bucket with other people's tokens. So the team's tokens, 10 million tokens a month start getting emitted. The investor tokens in July, 14 million tokens every month start getting emitted. The public sale tokens continue to get emitted. The reserve tokens, almost like 1.5 million every 2 months are going to get emitted. So I like it, but I wish I could have gotten cheaper, but at these valuations, it's like you're pricing this thing as $2.8 billion in 2 years. And that's
important for people to know, brother. Like for people to go see this, you know what I mean? Go look at the diluted, understand how it works, and now you can make a better decision where, you know, it's good, but it's expensive. So I wouldn't be going crazy in it, but I'd have a small bit of it a part of the portfolio.
Exactly. I mean, if I look at something like, and I'm using this as an example, this is not a like-for-like comparison at all, but if you look at Phantasma, which is one that Hustle likes, like it's linear, and I'll show you why it's linear. The total number of tokens is the total market cap. Finished. Like that's it. The circulating supply is the market cap. I know I'm paying $177 million, and I'm getting 100. If I'm happy to pay $177 million, then I buy it. And if I don't,
so does that mean all the tokens are in now? There's no more. There's no more. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah. And it's got a good market cap. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You see, the other example I wanted to show you one more example before we go is Bitcoin. So we know the total supply is 21 million, and we know the current supply is nearly 19 million. But you also know how it's going to get emitted, and you know that it's not team allocations and investor unlocks. It is tokens that are being mined for work that is actually done. Right? Yeah. So that's the thing.
And at least like 90% of the tokens are actually in supply, which is good. Well, actually in circulation.
Yeah, that's Bitcoin. Yeah. That's the power. That's the power of the Satoshi.
Yeah. Well, I don't like Bitcoin right now. You must get its shit together, in my opinion. But yeah. Anyway,
Sheldon, you're a gentleman.
Much honor.
Have a great weekend, brother.
You too, guys. We'll see you guys again. Oh, wait, hold on. Are you joining us later? There's a call-in show later. People calling in to talk to us.
If you need me, no problem.
All right, well, let's be in touch, guys. Don't forget later on today, we're gonna finally give you guys that DGen portfolio, and then we're gonna have a call-in show. We can discuss what you guys think of the DGen show. So we'll see you guys again at 9 a.m. EST.
Right, So before we close off, like, dude, some guys have been doing in the community, really well on BBS. Like, I was actually very shocked with that. Like, wow, like there's some of the guys that made like a full living off of it. Like,
there's one guy who was making like $6,000 a day on BBS.
$6,000 a day. And he didn't put in a single cent. He didn't put in a single cent.
Didn't put in a cent. And not only that, he made the $6,000 in pre-IDO token. So, and now it's probably trading at about 5 or 6 times the price. I mean, just get this. This ultimate gaming portfolio, which is I posted the portfolio that Hassler and I spoke about yesterday. This post sold for $1,021. It's selling now for $1,021.
Wow! In pre-IDO tokens.
In pre-IDO tokens. Wow. So you can see, like, a lot of people are making $50, $80, $15 just for posting. $25.95 for posting. I mean, and it's real. I mean, the money's real. Most people are now whitelisted. Most people are now getting payouts. And if they're not, they're getting whitelisted every single day. And we
Wow.
do have the biggest BBS community in the world. So
Do
we have
we?
37. Yeah, Banter has
Number
the biggest.
one, baby.
We are number one. See you guys again later. Remember,
Much
if you
love,
want to support the channel, sign up for KUCOIN, sign up for Coin Panel, sign up for Bybit. That is how we support the channel. That is how we can afford to do what we do. We'll see you guys again later. Until then, I'll make it easier for you to sign up. Every time I watch this advert, I think to myself, we were geniuses when we created it.
Yeah, so much work, dude. Like, I don't even know how it was designed.
6 months it took us to film this ad.
Yes, bro.
Scan the ad. That's how you support the channel, guys. And you stand a chance to win a full Bitcoin. See you later.
Fred, are you buying the dips? Or are you waiting for 60k Bitcoin? Then you're going to buy. Oh, it's Fred not here.